Welcome in, everybody, to my very first edition, episode one of Spilly on the Rocks on Mile High Sports. I'm looking forward to this. This is kind of fun. This is after a weekend where we just saw the Rockies make their home opener, one of the coldest openers of all time, only the second coldest. So it's not like it's the first coldest, but I totally get it, and this is why I love Colorado Rockies fans. It was a sellout. Uh, Game time temperatures were like right around 37 degrees. We had one a couple years ago where the first pitch was 27 degrees. And I think there's a photo, actually a video of Cargo who's mouthing like, what the F, right before first pitch. So that was kind of fun. None of the players were mouthing that, but on Friday, big home opener crowd, and Rockies fans got their first chance to see in person the 2025 Rockies. It hasn't been a good start. 2-7. Um, Man, we've seen a couple good things, but we've seen a lot of bad. When it comes to the starting rotation of the Rockies, I think it's been fair to say like the Rockies starting rotation has been good. They actually have like a franchise record for earned runs given up through their first like handful of games, first week of games. Really good franchise record. But on the other side, and I might show you this, I know you can't see everything on a podcast, but if you happen to be watching this thing on a YouTube, I can show you on my screen share um, just exactly where this team has been when it comes to their overall offense. Like, not good. So offensively, 29th in runs scored. Currently, the Rockies are 2-7. They finally busted out and scored on Sunday. They had a they had a big game, right? You get tacos, which is great, but 29th in baseball and runs scored, 26 in homers. Same thing that we've talked about for years when it comes to the Rockies is their ability to command the strike zone. For hitters, like you don't want to swing at balls and you want to fire at strikes. That's the game. Rockies have had one of the worst strikeout to walk ratios in baseball the last 3 years when it comes to their offense, and it's staying on par, staying right where it has been the last 3 years. So you dig into the numbers and you start thinking about guys that may or may not be able to strike out or strike out less, and that's been a problem. I mean, there's a lot of chase, there's a lot of swing and miss right now. Big Michael Tolia, who I love, I think has a chance to break out. 49% strikeout rate. 49%. That's basically every other at bat is a punch out. You want nothing above 25%. So league average is right around 25%. So McMahon right now 36%. Chris Bryant, KB, 35%. Big Mike, 50%. Uh, you look at their bench, Bouchard, who hasn't had a ton of at bats, Beck, who I have some news on in a second. I'll get to you. Stallings is at 30%. It's not good. Not good. I mean, Bretton Doyle's been incredible. Um, Tovar last year, had this dubious record of the most swings in the history of baseball and the most swing and misses. So that happened. However, there's been some good, and I think there's a little bit of excitement coming. So we saw on Sunday Rockies' ninth overall pick in 2023, Chase Dollander. It's not Dollander, not Dollander. So when you're talking to your buddies, it's Dollander, Dollander, Doe Lander. Um, was good. I mean, 5 innings Sunday, 6 punch outs, 1 walk, awesome. Fastball is legit fastball, and you got to win. I mean, very first major league start, he should be right around 23,401 when it comes to his baseball reference, major league number, which is kind of cool. Uh, he was impressive. couple things when it comes to Dollander. Uh, I think he has the upside of being in like the best pitcher for the Rockies, at least stuff wise. Stuff wise, I love Ryan Feltner. I think Feltner is probably the most polished of the guys right now. Um, just the stuff plays like it's a little bit more on par in 2025 with the strikeout rate and the swing and miss versus other guys that have been around. Right, Herman's looked really good. He's getting really close to 1,000 punch outs. Senzatella has been hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Um, I mean, like it's been a lot of hits, but he's been managing damage, and Kyle Freeland's actually looked great. So I'm happy for Kyle. Velocity's been really good, uh, but like Feltner's stuff is like big league stuff, right? Like it's like plus plus. Dollander is better than that, but it's about staying in the strike zone. And so on Sunday we saw him against the A's, and there was a couple times where he just like blew the doors off some of these A's hitters. And you look at the end of it. There's 10 swing and misses, which is 10 whiffs. So if you're on, if you're looking at this thing, uh, 10 swing and misses is not a ton, especially when there was 40 swings. But what stands out is there was 15 foul balls. So that means out of the 40 swings, it was 10 whiffs, 10 swing and misses, and 15 foul balls, which means they're not squaring up the hitter, the pitcher. So that's 25 swings out of the 40 where they're really not doing much with it. That's really encouraging. That's a good number. Uh, Called strike whiff percentage is one of my favorite stats to pay attention to. Called strikes means it's a strike within the strike zone, and then a swing and miss is within the strike zone. So anything above 25, 30% is really good. There wasn't one pitch for Chase in the first outing that was above 25%, other than the four seam fastball. And that's where I think in time we're going to see more fastballs, more curveballs, less cutters. The cutter was the pitch. I was like, why are we throwing that pitch? It's 92. He throws close to 100. You want that little late movement to get there. So that's good. So it was encouraging to see Chase. It's also, for Rockies fans, what they want to see is some changes, and you're going to see some changes this week. Jordan Beck is already getting optioned down. Don't quite agree with that decision, but Zach Veen, who was incredible during spring training, he's been going off in Albuquerque. Uh, the guy's a big leaguer, and he's going to be in the big league. So on Tuesday, you're going to get Zach Veen making his major league debut. So Jordan Beck is going to get down. I didn't love this one. A couple reasons why, especially when you have a young player. If he breaks camp, if a young player breaks camp, you have to let him play, even if the matchups don't make sense. So right on right, um, he sat. So Beck didn't get a chance to play in those games. Sitting the bench, you're a young player. Like it's really hard to get timing down, especially out of camp. And so didn't love the opportunity that he had. Didn't have a ton of runway. Maybe there's a veteran player in there that got a little more opportunities. So Beck goes down the minor leagues. I also think his swing, as like a person that loves swings, you want to have a two-part swing. And right now, Jordan Beck's swing is one part. It's basically start, load, swing. Um, when you get really good at this game, it's start, pause as part of your load, and then fire off your swing. So that timing isn't there for Beck. That's something I would work on if I was him. Go down the minor leagues is try to get a two-part swing, get that load, see the ball, fire the swing. Right now it's just whoop, one big swing. So I don't mind that he's going to get some at bats in the minor leagues. I felt like he should be getting some steady at bats. I think His body type reminds me a little bit of Matt Holliday. His bat path at times reminds me of Matt Holliday. So I'm certainly shooting high on Jordan Beck, but there's got to be some small mechanical changes, and then he's got to play. He's got to get a chance to play. So, um, Chase Dollander makes his debut. Looks great. Now here comes the next one, Zach Veen, and Veen is one where I'm telling you from a skill set standpoint, he's a big leaguer. Can run. I think the ability for the Rockies to steal some bags is really important. They're really stationary. For him to take a walk is going to be huge. He's kind of I like to say he's a little bit bananas. He's a little bit off the rails. It's okay to have that guy. Every team is okay to have like a guy that's a little bit bananas. But in the case of Veen, it's making sure you do the small things, which, I mean, that's what Bud Black and this coaching staff are going to harp on him. Hit your cutoff man. Don't overswing with 2 strikes. Same stuff that, as a player, if I was around you and you're a rookie, I'd probably let you be, especially first time through, let you be your normal personality. Like Veen's got a great personality. It's big. It's bubbly. He's got bleached hair. My son has bleached hair. But you got to make sure, like, if you're going to be kind of bananas, so he's going to run, he's going to do some stuff that's fun. You still have to make sure that you do the small nuance of the game. And so that's going to be the big news, right? This week, what you're looking forward to. Brewers come in town. Rockies are 2-7 start the season. Didn't look great. Starting pitching's been really good. Bullpen hasn't been great. Offense has been atrocious. They finally busted out. Now you're getting another young buck up here in Zach Veen. So we'll see. But I'm telling you, like, there are some signs if you're a Rockies fans. I know I did hear some boos this weekend. I think they're directed towards KB more than anybody, Chris Bryant. Um, I think there's some signs. I think there's some things that are starting to move up. So we'll see. All right. So there you go. Episode number 1, Spilly on the Rocks on Mile High Sports. So stay tuned. I'll be at Studio 38 at some point. So make sure you come and see me and say hi. You can also follow me at SpillyGoat19. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm there.